Seducing an ENTP is kind of like playing that carnival game. You can try to put as many rings on it as you like, but that game is rigged from the start. And I've already made a bunch of videos seducing many of the other 16 personality types. But for this video, I thought it was time I create 5 tips to help you if you really want to seduce an ENTP. At least until they get bored and flip. Your results may vary. So without further ado, let's get started. If you are going to be available 24/7 to an ENFJ, you'd never be apart. You'd basically be cat dog and joint at the hip. But if you're available 24/7 for an ENTP, you'll rarely ever see them. Because here's the thing about ENTPs. They're more flaky than a guy from a Head & Shoulders commercial. You never know when an ENTP will want to talk to you. So always be willing to show up whenever they're ready. I recommend hooking up your smartphone's alarm to a super soaker while you sleep. Because ENTPs are nocturnal. Just try to always keep a door open for them. And also, make sure you always have ear protection too. Because they'll talk your ear off. There are 2 really good reasons to be a doctor when seducing an ENTP. First off, ENTPs are really bad at taking care of themselves. To them, pizza is the ultimate nutrition food because it has all the parts of the food plate on it. And they get all of their vitamin D from their LCD's backlight screen. So if you can heal them up at home, you'll save a fortune. Also, ENTPs quit every job they start after a week. So they're also going to need a lot of money. But if you can offer ENTPs some stability and help encourage them to have some healthy routines, you'll be in their good graces. Though they might hate you first. If you have the Google history of an ENTP, then boop that like button. And if you're getting value from my content, then how about you give some value back by joining my Patreon or donating on Ko-fi. You'll get some cool perks too. Thanks for checking them out. Anyway, now back to the video. ENTPs are like the library owl from Avatar. They know 10,000 useless things. But unlike the owl, ENTPs are always wanting to learn new things too. So to them, they're more like he who learns 10,000 things a minute. If that owl were an ENTP, he would have 1 billion foxes. So whenever your ENTP mentions anything, search it on Google. So you can add new info. Get your texting words per minute up to at least 10,000. That way, you'll be able to help your ENTP make more rabbit holes. To an extent where the ground is no longer stable, and they will love you for it. Because there is nothing more an ENTP loves than knowledge. Especially if that knowledge is at the expense of safety. I think everybody knows about the ENTP's legendary short attention span. ENTPs can get bored super easily. They're always looking for novelty and hate repetition. So make sure you're always changing. Like a river, don't be a pond. And I'm not talking about dyeing your hair a new color every week. ENTPs don't care about physical changes. They're all about mental changes and visiting new places and ordering new things or trying new hobbies. Basically, try to change up something every week. Like maybe one week you can buy suction cup shoes and stick to the ceiling. When dealing with some types, you're gonna need to sugarcoat everything, but not with ENTPs. They don't want diabetes. ENTPs want you to be brutally honest. Believe me, ENTPs won't hold anything back from you, so don't you start holding back stuff either. Punch with 2 fists. And ENTPs really need some brutal honesty. They are a super observant type, but ENTPs have a knack to overlook pretty much everything important. They will make tons of plans and start tons of new projects, but completely forget that there's only 24 hours a day and you have to sleep 8 of them. And no, sleep is not optional, ENTPs, even with the Red Bull cheats. ENTPs can really overlook some obvious stuff. We're talking sitcom levels here. They can overestimate the number of arms they have, not to mention overestimate their incredibly short attention span. So don't be afraid to slap an ENTP across the face. They'll love it. Dating an ENTP is definitely a challenge. They will really attempt to pull away at first, but they will commit after a while and form a really strong relationship. So, do you think you have what it takes to seduce an ENTP? If not, don't worry. ENTPs probably don't want you anyway. But maybe you'll have an easier time seducing an INFJ. Check out this video all about that right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Special thanks to my patrons, and I'll catch you guys all next time.